Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'd like to show you how to make classic dinner rolls.
Like these. What a terrific complement to your dinner.
I'll be starting with 14 ounces cool tap water, one and 1/2 teaspoons salt. I just round the teaspoon. Accuracy isn't necessarily required. This is a very forgiving recipe. That's what makes it so easy. 1/4 teaspoon instant yeast, and I sprinkle it around. That distributes it a little bit better. Give it a quick stir to combine. Three and a half cups bread flour. I start out with a half. I put it on the side, that way it doesn't splash. And that's 1, 2, 3. I use the scoop and shake method. You don't have to weigh flour. What's the first thing a baker does when he takes the dough out? He adds flour to it. Precision is not necessary. Going to give it a quick stir to combine. I use a handle end of a spoon. It works better than the spoon end. And there's pretty much come together. I'll scrape the side. I rotate the bowl because it just makes it easier. Now I tumble it a little bit. That's because sometimes there's some dry flour on the bottom and that picks it up. And there we are. Last thing to do is cover it with plastic wrap. Drag it across, secure it at that end, cut it, and it's ready to proof.
No-knead dough should be proofed 8 to 24 hours. I generally proof overnight on the kitchen counter. The dough is proofed overnight. It's time to make the rolls.
Okay, we're going to start. I'll take the plastic wrap off. You can see how well it's risen. Next thing is to do is to degas, pull and stretch. Simply taking the ball that is large, reducing the size of it. I'm going to scrape the side to get any little bits back into it. Push it off to the side a little. Dust it with flour. The reason I'm dusting it with flour is I'm going to shape it. Anytime you're going to shape it, you want to get rid of the stickiness. You want to get a little flour underneath it. And then I'll roll it in the flour. Put a little flour on the work surface. Roll the dough out. Might as well get the flour out of there too. I'm going to flatten it and spread it. I'm going to divide it into 8 pieces. If I spread it a little bit, it's easier to divide than if it's round. Okay, basically there's half and half. There's half. Okay, there's 2 pieces. 4 pieces. 6. and 8. Now we want to shape these. So I'll just dust them a little bit with flour. Once again, this is the reason why you don't have to measure your flour real accurately, because you always add flour. Okay, I'm taking them, I stretch the top, I fold it under with my fingers, I make it into a round ball. And I put it on my silicone mat. A silicone mat on a cookie sheet. If you don't have a silicone mat, you can use your cookie sheet, but then you should put some no-stick spray down. I'm stretching it a little bit, tucking it underneath. Well, some will be a little bit larger than others, but that's just fine. You want to be more precise, you can take the time and be more precise. I put the flour on the top because as I stretch it, it gets a little bit stickier up here. See how I just dip it in the flour to put some flour on the top? I'm rounding it, tucking it under as it gets a little sticky. I got enough room here. Spread it out correctly. They're going to expand, so you want to put sufficient room underneath them. Need a little more flour on this one. I've run out of room, so I'm going to move these puppies over. There we go. Stretching it with my fingers, tucking it in behind. And there we go.
Cover rolls with a lint-free towel and proof for 30 to 60 minutes. Before dough is fully proofed, move oven rack to the middle of the oven and preheat to 450 degrees. It's time to bake the rolls. Bake for 15 minutes at 450 degrees. The rolls are ready. Let's take a look.
And here's the results. Look at how gorgeous these rolls are. When they're fresh, they're harder to cut. That's no problem. But look at that crumb. That is why you make no-knead bread fresh from the oven.
This recipe and others like it are in my No-Knead Bread cookbook. Cookbooks are available on my website, no-kneadbreadcentral.com and amazon.com. Thanks for watching.